everyone, welcome back to another episode of Me Outfit B. This is episode 99, and I am Mr. Toast. This is a post-commentated episode, and we are gonna get right into things here. I'm using Mr. Toast, my me, in the classic dragster, and this, normally on post-commentated episodes, I like to show an entire race, but for this one I decided to show every instance that I wasn't in first place, and kind of what led to that, and how I recovered back to first place. I figured that'd be an interesting way to parse things this time. So let's see what happened here. Okay, started off on Delfino Square. I started snaking immediately because Classic Dragster does not have a very fast top speed. It has a pretty nice drift boost, but yeah, not a good top speed. So we're going to be snaking as much as we possibly can here. We'll also be relying quite a bit on items, unfortunately, but, you know, that's most of the game, to be honest. So, I get triple mushrooms here. I am in third place, so I decide to go for the double shortcut on Delfino Square, and I pull it off. Haha, look at that. I'm so cool. Oh, man. Great. Anyway, later in the race, lap 3, I get blue shelled, which is not fun, so I drop to second. Funky Kong has no items, however. I think I can try to outline him here. I missed by the beginning of this turn, and in fact, he's just faster than me at the end. So, alas, I did not get first place, which is quite unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Next race, Luigi Circuit, I get this draft, but I accidentally hit Funky Kong's trail. Rosalina gets a draft off me, Wario pushes me into the wall, and I drop down to 11th place before I grab an item. It is a star. I'm going to use this star in the pipe section at the end to cut off this giant turn here. I try to chain my item, but I just miss the item box, and I get back into third. I star Funky Kong, take that, you nerd, and I get close enough to Rosalina to draft back into first place. So there we go. Mushroom Gorge here. At the start of most of these races, I drop down a couple placements because my car's not fast, and theirs are normally. So this is just me dropping down and then using my lines to recover. Here, I'm getting blue shelled, so not really my fault. I see a ground shroom. It gets stolen from me by Wario. Quite unfortunate. So I'm going to snake a little bit to try to recover best I can. I pass Baby Daisy, and Wario's getting kind of far away there. I get an item. It's not really much, but I do manage to outline him here on this next set of mushrooms. I'm trying to remember where exactly that happened. Yeah, on this set of mushrooms here. He does a weird line, and I pass him. So, perfect. Unfortunately, lap 3, I get blue shelled right in between the mushrooms, so I drop a couple places, and it is lap 3. I don't know if I mentioned that. I probably did. So I get a star in 7th place. Not helpful. Star is not what you want on this track, because it doesn't speed you up on the mushroom section at all. But I take the off-road, and I get 3rd place. So, quite unfortunate. If I'd got a mushrooms, maybe I would have won, but also I would have had to go for the gap jump, and so who really knows? Moon Meadows this time. I start in the back. I take my draft with me to the bank. I get an item. It is triple green shells. This is huge. I make my way up a little bit, hit Rosalina here, snipe Baby Daisy, I believe. Yes, and then I make my way back in first place. Alright, later, Baby Daisy passes me, and this bomb comes out of nowhere. Thank you very much. Baby Daisy hits a cow, but, you know, she's still in first. This bullet barely misses me, and I get an item here. It is a green shell. Unfortunately, Baby Daisy also has a green shell, so I don't have a clear shot. I try, and I hit her trail, so not good. I'm getting pushed all around. I go for the item. 5th place box. It is a red shell, so I throw it at Baby Daisy to hit her. And I pass her, but Funky Kong also passes me, so I will extend the clip a little bit just to pass him, and he passes me, or tries to pass me back. Baby Daisy passes me once again, but she has to go outside the cows, and I go inside. So I win! Ha! Take that. Wario passes me at the beginning of this track, along with Birdo and Baby Daisy. I managed to get back. Wario just kind of veers into this bomb. Okay. Waluigi passes me, but also Waluigi has trouble with bombs, apparently, because he just, like, oh, that's a crab. That's not a bomb. They're not the same thing. Whoops. Sherbetland, I get blue shelled. This person with triple green shells behind me does not do anything to me. I'm not worried about this because the cave section, you just take the inside path and you win. Unfortunately, I hit this penguin, so Baby Daisy passes me back, but cave section. So I'm gonna, you know, reclaim first place here, but then a red shell comes. If I was in an inside drift bike, I totally would have dodged that red shell because I was close enough to the wall. However, outside drift bikes and carts have red shells track you differently, so that's kind of sad. But I go ahead and snake, and a blue shell helps me get back into first place. Perfect. Start of Wario's gold mine here. Koopa passes me along with Big Daisy and Funky Kong. I managed to knock Koopa off the edge. Take that. Long live the king. I throw my green shell forward. It hits nobody. I try to avoid Funky Kong's trail here. And Waluigi gets quite far up there. I don't hit this green shell somehow. Very lucky. And Wario comes out of here. He tries to bully me off the edge. I stay alive. Funky Kong knocks me, but I hit the invisible wall, so perfect. I avoid Waluigi's back spam, and I live long enough to throw it at him and take back first. Okay. Here, I thought the green shell was closer to the finish line than it actually was, so I was trying to finish in style, but instead I finished like an idiot. So, you gotta avoid that when you're playing Mario Kart. You gotta not be stupid. Like me, sometimes. Sometimes I'm stupid. Sometimes I'm not so stupid, but more often than not, I'm stupid. Somehow this red shell doesn't go for me, and I'm okay with it. I'm gonna outline Baby Daisy here. Perfect. Pretty simple. Nice and simple. Okay, Peach Beach here. This one's a doozy. Alright, so I miss the items, and I miss the draft. So, not great start. But I do manage to pull ahead of people for the moment. A bullet comes up, and I pass her again. Unfortunately, I accidentally hit this duck. And what's worse than hitting a duck? Why, that would, of course, be hitting two ducks. So, this is not a great start to my race. I'm in 10th place, though. Could be worse. I could be in 12th. I get the item here. I accidentally hit this banana, because I don't see it. I start mushrooming up, trying to avoid this star and a bullet. I managed to go right in between them. Wow. And I get a mushroom, or a item here, excuse me. Triple mushrooms. I managed to avoid the duck this time. That's always a good plan. And I managed to mushroom back into first place. Perfect. Okay, Raceway here. Wario drafts me to get into first place. I take it back, but then Baby Peach comes out of nowhere. Somehow doesn't hit my trail, banana trail. So I'm trying to make her hit it, but she just keeps avoiding it for some reason. Finally, I get her, but then Baby Daisy passes me. Once again, trying to just get in front of her so she hits the back of my car and hits my item. And I just pass her, so, whatever. Here, I get side-greened, very rude. I use my mushroom, and Baby Daisy immediately gets blue shell. So, take that. Should have hit the good luck wall. Anyway, later in that same race, I dodged the pow dodge, let's put it that way. And then I get red shelled twice. So, not great. I'm in 7th place now, going for the item that I get in 6th, and it is a triple mushrooms. So I'm gonna go ahead and mushroom up here, use one here, and use one to cut off the sand here. Nice, nice, nice. Then Wario passes me, because he also has mushrooms. So I'm gonna let him be just for a little bit, just to let him figure out what he's doing with his life. Waluigi roughly knocks me to the side, which is very rude, and I'm gonna save this mushroom for the shortcut. So basically, there's the shortcut. Waluigi passes me with a thundercloud, but I took the shortcut. Finally, here's a red shell coming for me. I can block it, but I can't block the second red shell that I didn't know was coming for me. Baby Daisy passes me, but she should have hit the good luck wall. Idiot. Get wrecked. I take back first place, and I get first place in that race. So, yeah. Cool. 3rd place item. It's a fake item box. Not very helpful. I try to throw it forward to hit Peach, but she doesn't even take that line anymore. So, I almost did it myself. Instead, I go off, get a trick off the fountain here, and go up the right escalator, so I am in first place. Then a red shell hits me, so I drop down a couple placements. I'm in 9th place now. I believe I get an item up here in 5th. That is correct. Yes, good job, my memory. And I get a single mushroom, so not too great. I'm going to take the bottom path, because the bottom path is faster, and I'm going to use this mushroom here to avoid this ramp. I don't know if this is faster. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that it was faster. Don't quote me on that. I don't dodge this red shell. Once again, if I was in an inside drift vehicle, I totally would have dodged that, but whatever. I'm in this vehicle. So I'm in 3rd place now, going into lap 2. I desperately need an item here, so I go ahead and grab it. It's a bomb. Not helpful. Red shell's coming for me. I can't just hold on to the bomb. because otherwise I would get caught up in the explosion. So I try to throw it backwards to hit the red shell. Unfortunately, it goes right over the red shell. Very rude. I get a trick off the fountain here to recover just a little bit. I technically get a POW dodge, so that's pretty cool. But I'm in 8th place. Things are not looking so hot right now. I do get an item. This one is triple mushrooms. Yes, yes, yes. I mushroom up a little bit just to avoid the crowd. And this time I decided to go for an item here instead of doing my trick of avoiding the ramp. I try to get this snipe, but I do not get it. Instead, just a blue shell comes. So that's how I get back into first. Yay. Okay, Toad's Factory time. I get past here at the beginning because that's what happens in Toad's Factory, but Koopa Troopa doesn't take the middle conveyor, so I take it back. And later in that same race, I get shocked right out of the ramp, which is not very good. And then this red shell comes for me, and I try to avoid it. Unfortunately, it hits me right into the water, which is kind of not really what you want on this track. You kind of want to avoid going into the water. I respawn in 12th place, but I make it back up to 10th in this section. Rosalina hits me all wonky-like, so I do drop down back to 12th. But I'm pretty close, and the pack's pretty tight, so I'm not terribly worried about this. It's only the start of lap 2. I do manage to get a golden mushroom, excuse me, not a triple mushroom. So I start using it here. I'm just bad at using triple mushrooms. So I go ahead and mushroom up a little bit here. I hit that crate. That's very important. I meant to hit that crate, and it was integral to my plan to get back into first place. Don't ask me what my plan is. I get a star in 7th place. I'm thinking I'm going to hold this for the mud section. Unfortunately, I hit a banana, and then I hit a lightning bolt. Whoops. I don't want to go back for the star. That seems like it would be slower, so I just press on. I think somebody behind me gets this star. I don't think they got it from my item box. I could be wrong. But anyway, I'm in 6th place going into lap 3. I'm starting to worry just a little bit here now, but things are still not too bad. I get a Mega Mushroom. This is huge. Pun intended. And I managed to flatten quite a few of my competitors here. So Birdo gets flattened, and then Funky Kong. And Baby Daisy avoids it, but I take back first place. DK Summit here, you know, pretty typical stuff. Waluigi passes me here into the cannon. But it's really easy to pass back on this track. I mean, you just take this side thing right here, take this side zipper, and you're back in first place. Easy peasy. Mario Circuit. This is the entire race that I'm showing because that should tell you something about how this race goes. Okay, so I get immediately back spammed. Not so great. I drop down to 10th place, and I get an item. It is a single mushroom in 10th place. Very rude. I use my mushroom to try to recover a little bit. I barely miss this bullet, and I am now in 4th place with a bomb. I throw it backwards to kind of provide myself with a little more space to act. And I'm in 3rd place now with a red shell. I can't throw it at Funky Kong because he has bananas, so I'm just going to hold on to this until the next item set, and then reassess. Wario passes me. I could throw it at him, but I don't really feel like it. I'm just going to let those 3 up in front of me figure out for themselves. I get a Thundercloud, so I'm going to try to hit Wario here. I miss, and then I slow down a little bit and try again, and I miss, and I get red shelled, and then powed and shocked from the Thundercloud and hit the Chain Chomp twice. So, not so great. Luckily, other people got hit by the Chain Chomp, so I am not in last place, but I am in now 11th, so not great. I decided to go for the shortcut because I have a golden mushroom. This is a very nice shortcut. It saves a whole bunch of time. It brings me all the way back up to 5th place. 5th place going into lap 3. I'm a little worried here. I get a red shell. I'm not going to throw it yet. I'm going to wait until one person's in front of me. But then I accidentally hit Wario's trail, so not great. Other people in front of me get wrecked, so I'll take it. Baby Mario and I are duking it out for first place here, and I do manage to pull ahead of him, so things are looking very good for me. And then I get hit with a side red shell and drop all the way down to 5th place, but then I get first place because there's a last second blue shell, so... Kind of a weird race. I didn't expect to drop down to 5th and then immediately back up to 1st again, but we'll take it. We take those. It's my gosh darn first place. It belongs to me. Yep, anyway. Delfino Square now. Obviously, I start the race and immediately drop 5 placements because that's how this car works. And I get control bananas here. Baby Mario throws his shell backwards, so I don't have to worry about his items. And I go ahead and pass him here. Luigi Circuit now. I get passed at the beginning. Are you seeing a common theme to how I'm getting passed? I try to hit other people with my green shell, but it does not happen. So I'm in second place. I throw it at Wario. I'm a little bit too ahead of him. Oh well, but I can snipe with red shells very easily. They don't miss. End of the race. Not end of the race. End of the lap. I get hit by this green shell, and a couple people pass me here. So I am going for the item. I miss the item. The items were stolen from me. I luckily dodged this red shell. But then I get knocked into the off-road just a little bit, and I get a third place item, and it is a green shell. Green shell, pretty good, I would say. I try to hit Peach here by throwing it off the wall. It does not work, of course. So I got a green shell, Funky Kong hits it, and Wario back spams me. Not very helpful. I'm in fourth place going into lap 3. I have not been playing this race super well. Not very smart, if I'm being honest. I'm just kind of holding items until I want to. So I have a red shell here. I totally could just throw it, but Baby Daisy is gonna block it, I guess. So maybe I shouldn't have. It doesn't matter, because Funky Kong hits it. And I try to get in front of Baby Daisy here, but she hits me with her banana. Rude. So I get a red shell, and I'm gonna throw it at Baby Daisy when she gets rid of her banana. But then she throws it immediately backwards, which I should have been expecting. So then I get 7th place, which, is a little different than the first place that I wanted. Yeah, such is life. Okay, next race. Actually, I need some water here real quick. I get hit by a fake item box, and I drop all the way down to 12th place. Yes, so then I throw my red shell, which I had in 12th place, because that's a totally normal place to have a red shell, and I get a star. Once again, a star is not great for this track. I'm just going to use it at the end of this mushroom section. I dodge the bullet, I take the mushroom section as well as I can, and I use my star to cut off this off-road, and I get back into first place. Perfect! Okay, Moo Meadows. Obviously, I do not start the race in first place, because that is... Check the rest of the video if you don't know why. And I get triple bananas here, not super helpful. Rosalina just comes along and takes all of them. I was kind of trying to use those Rosalina, but, you know, whatever. I get knocked around a bit. I get a red shell. I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit here. Let everything play out the way I'd like it to play out. But then everyone just fails, so I pass them all. Here I... start the race once again. Funky Kong drives into a bomb. Classic Funky Kong, am I right? I have a red shell, but I'm not going to throw it yet at Baby Daisy because she has a banana. I'm going to see if she hits a crab first. Unfortunately, she hits me, so that's not so great. Baby Peach just drowns over here. Classic Baby Peach. And I get a green shell. I'm going to try to pass Baby Daisy to hit her with my trail, but then she hits me with her trail. Baby Daisy, you're so mean to me. Yoshi takes the shortcut. Good for you, Yoshi. You deserve better than what you've been given so far. Especially because Baby Daisy exists and she doesn't deserve anything because she's Baby Daisy. Anyway, I get in the second place item. I'm battling it out here for first place. Then Baby Daisy just hits a cannonball, so rude. Sherbetland here. I hit the wall at the beginning, so a lot of people pass me, Koopa Troopa included. He is now in first place. And I get a banana, and I will just pass him out a little bit here. But the clip keeps going, because Peach passes me with her mushroom. So I am going to get the craziest draft of my life, and backspammer. Okay, Goldmine. I get blue-shelled, and then I get comboed by, you guessed it, Baby Daisy! Very rude, Baby Daisy. I hope you fall into a vat of Coca-Cola. Anyway. Wario comes along to try to bully me off the edge. He does not succeed. I try to bully Baby Daisy off the edge. I did not succeed, but I get back into first place. So, then I win the race. Congrats, me. I get a mushroom here at the beginning of Waluigi Stadium, and I go ahead and take the shortcut here. This is, I think, the best place to use a... Well, not the best place to use a mushroom, but a good place, nonetheless, to use a mushroom. I'm still kind of battling it out for first place here, but honestly, you get to the Piranha Plant section, and you just take the inside line, and you win. because the CPUs have a really weird line through that section. Okay, Peach Beach now. I do not get the draft, and I do not get the item. I do get the item. What am I talking about? I get the item. It's triple mushrooms. I mushroom back into first place. Huzzah! Later in that race, I would have dodged that red shell if I was in an inside drift bike. Sound familiar? And then this bomb comes out of nowhere. I slow down to not get hit by it, but there's a bunch of other people behind me. I hit Baby Daisy. Take that, you nerd! And I get an item here. But I'm just going to pass Wario because he goes the opposite route for some reason. Idiot. Okay, Coconut Mall. I get a mushroom, so I'm going to take the little mall shortcut here. Unfortunately, Baby Mario gets in my way, so I don't. I improvise, and I go the other way. I go for an item box here, and I take the correct escalator because I am a patron of the arts, and I get triple green shells, and I proceed to absolutely wreck everybody in front of me. Congratulations, me. You're back in first place. Later in that same race, I take this drift way too tight, and I try to recover, but I do not, so Wario passes me here, and a couple other folks. I get this item box, and I'm looking for the other player's items from going through his item, and Wario revealed both his, so I am free to pass, and I get first place there, obviously. Toad's Factory, I do not get the item, and I'm going to take the conveyor belt, but so does Birdo, so I don't actually get back into first place. But things are still fine. I totally would have dodged that red shell had I been in an inside drift vehicle, but whatever. Everybody seems to fail in this section, so I just kind of use my mushroom and get back in first place. Cool. Alright, and then the start of Mario's Circuit. I drive forward like I do every time. It's not a good idea to drive backwards in this game. Wario gets absolutely domed, and I try to avoid hitting this thundercloud. I have a mushroom in first place, and I go ahead and mushroom back into first place. So, take that. Anyway, that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, good for you. Congratulations, I guess. You're a true member of society. I don't know what I'm saying. We're not quite done here because we have an unlock to look at here. So next episode, which is episode 100, crazy, we'll be using Baby Luigi. Yes, so until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. Heavenly Father, you are so good to us. Lord, I pray that you give us boldness to speak up to our brothers and sisters when we see them sinning, and give us wisdom in showing your love to them. Pray that you also give us humility when we are confronted with our sins, and help us to glorify you more and more. In Jesus' name, amen.